Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to That's the Shoot, my weekly episodic show where I talk about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. Otherwise, and it's a predictions episode, which today is that day. It's a predictions episode. This is one day late, due to the fact that yesterday I had to go see Captain America: Brave New World. My review is up already. You can go and check that out if you would like to, and you should like to. But as of right now, we're just gonna go ahead and talk about tonight, Saturday, tonight, NXT Vengeance Day, and make sure that you are here afterwards to talk about it on a regular reaction. So we've got 6 matches tonight. We're gonna go ahead and talk about it as we head into WrestleMania season with the next NXT Premier Live event, NXT Stand and Deliver. I believe that's the next NXT Live event, unless they have like one, WWE has Elimination Chamber coming up in 2 weeks on March the 1st, unless there's something coming up like on March 8th or something like that for NXT. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. I'm just guessing, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's just go ahead and get with the predicting. The first match is Ethan Page versus Javon Evans. After Ethan Page lost his chance of winning back the NXT Championship, he seemed to go down a dark path where he was questioning his entire relevance on the in NXT and professional wrestling in general. And Javon Evans had something smart to say, so Ethan Page decided to take it upon himself to break the jaw of Javon Evans. Now Javon Evans is back, and he's back to compete. He's been cleared, but he had to waive his rights basically to get into this match. And now we have a match between Ethan Page and Javon Evans. It's funny that we're getting this match now. I actually would have probably waited until NXT Stand and Deliver, because that kind of seems like the kind of thing that you want to do. So maybe they're going to run it back at NXT Stand and Deliver with a more different match stipulation, right? So maybe they might do that. I think you can do that, but I think that's why that's a good way for Ethan Page to win one, right? It's for him to win this type of match. And then there's also the other way of going ahead and like having what's the name win. So it's a whole bunch of Javon Evans to win, because he needs to get his revenge. So there's a easy way to go at this. I can't see them not doing another match at Stand and Deliver. And so I'm gonna say Ethan Page was this one, and then Stand and Deliver, Javon Evans gets his full revenge over on Ethan Page. And I think that probably sends Ethan Page up to the main roster afterwards. So yes, so I think Javon Evans will lose this one, win the next one, but tonight's winner is going to be Ethan Page. Next is the strap match between Eddie Thorpe and Trick Williams. A couple weeks ago on NXT, Eddie Thorpe attacked Trick Williams from behind and started to whip Trick Williams with a strap match, which I felt like, maybe some other people didn't feel like, but I felt like the crowd was really uncomfortable because of the symbolization of a black man getting strapped as he was with Eddie Thorpe. It was like, this wasn't a, oh my God, Trick Williams is getting strapped. Eddie Thorpe, what are you doing? This was, oh my God, you decided to strap a black man. It felt like that to me. I don't know. I think that the crowd just felt awkward. They just wasn't like. I think you could hear like groans and murmurs, like, oh, I don't know how to feel about this. But it's wrestling. Come on, it's wrestling. I don't. Yeah. and until it's an overtly out there thing where they're gonna make it about that, there's nothing to be uncomfortable about. This is wrestling. Strap matches happen all the time. This is going to be a strap match. I think Trick Williams wins this one. You know, it's nothing against Eddie Thorpe or anything like that, but I think Trick is still the star right now. So Trick is a very interesting one, you know, because, you know, is Trick going to, you know, be called up, or does Trick stay down another few months? That's gonna be interesting. I think so, because you know, just some people, or some people in the fandom are going to say that he's not good, you know, because he doesn't do flips and stuff. You know, it's basically him, Jey Uso. They call him an entrance, you know, and a catchphrase. You know, whip that trick, and then the entrance. You know, I can see it already happening. But if you're gonna have Jey Uso there, you need to have Trick Williams there. I think Trick Williams can just get better. I think the one thing that people really gotta realize is that professional wrestling it's all about the wrestling. It's about the other stuff you have. If you can get by just by wrestling, which Hogan did for years. You know, what Steve Austin did after he broke his neck and with the power driver from Ron Hart, and many others as well. You know, they weren't this really technical wrestler or anything like that, but they were able to work and do other things you can't do, and that's what Jey Uso does, and I think that's what Trick Williams does. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Trick Williams. But my answer for this one is, I think it's obvious. I think Trick wins the strap match tonight at NXT Vengeance Day. For the NXT Tag Team Championship, Fraxium to the team of Nathan Frazier and Axiom taking on Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inumara. This is like a really strange one. I think Josh Briggs were some of the many people that went over to Pro Wrestling Noah and worked over there in Japan. Omos went over there. That was interesting. Omos was a tag team champion, and I think that was actually good for Omos to go over there and get some work in, and hopefully hopefully he's good. He's getting better, and hopefully they can find a way to use him. You know, because giants in wrestling should be awesome. You know, and they can be an attraction. You don't have to use them all the time. You know, you don't have to use them every week. You don't have to use them anything like that. But they can be an attraction. You know. So I'm hoping they are going to find something from Omos, and hopefully don't hear too many things about Omos getting released or anything like that. As I go to check Twitter to make sure my comment isn't already outdated just by me saying it. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's no releases or anything like that. So that's good. That's good. So yeah, so back to this match. I think Fraction win this one. I think, Fraction has kept it they've kept the NXT titles for a long time because of like their ability and their thing to do it. I think they would be a good upgrade in the main roster tag division. I think that's wonderful. I think maybe they would have to slow down a little bit, on the main roster, just like Penta has, and I think it does work for Penta, and I think he can work out with those guys. As for Josh Briggs and Amara, I don't see them winning these titles at all right now, and I kind of think this is a short-lived thing. You know, because Josh Briggs, he looked to be the star out of the two. When he was in a tag team with Briggs and Jensen, right, with Brooks Jensen, and he looked to be the star out of the duo. And you know, Jensen he's doing his thing and he's finding his way. He's now part of Sean Spears' group. But Briggs just seemingly went back into a tag team. Now I don't know if that was because last April there were around the time of the Stand and Deliver stuff, there were allegations that came out about Josh Briggs maybe trying to get with an underage girl. I don't know if those accusations, I don't know if they were ever found out to be true or anything like that. I'm gonna guess not, because he is still on the roster. So I'm not sure about that, but sometimes I'm not sure if they stayed off of Josh Briggs because of that. But I think at some point you do need to go to Josh Briggs. I think he would be a great person to go head to head with Obafemi with Obafemi with in a few months. So I think that'd be a really good thing. So yeah. But that being said, I think in this match, Fraction wins. They retain the titles, and we'll see what happens on Stand and Deliver. Because I would like to see maybe a NXT TLC match with some of the tag teams. So that might be interesting. But I think Fraction retains NXT tag team titles. For the Women's North American Championship, champion Fallon Henley defends against Stephanie Vaquer. Now I could see them giving that to Stephanie because you got the two new girls. You got Julia and you got Stephanie, both holding championships. They're friends and things like that. So you like to see them, be like that. You can kind of replicate the Eddie and Benoit thing, which they wanted so bad that thing, and you can't do that anymore. So I've thought about that. This is one of the reasons why they're going with Jey Uso is because they want that to be like with him and Jimmy. I think the way they're going with Jimmy is he's going to win the United States Championship. I think that's. And then Jay's gonna win the World Championship, and then that's what they're gonna be. The twins, the Usos, they're gonna be champions and be together. So I think that's something to see. For this match. Again, I think it can go either way. I do think they want that. They kind of want that thing of having Julia with the World Championship and Stephanie with the North American Championship, and whether it's at Stand and Deliver or whether it's like the Tuesday after Stand and Deliver, they want to have that picture, just like they had with Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair holding the Raw and SmackDown and NXT Women's Championships, concurrently, and they had that picture. I think they want that picture for Julia and Stephanie. The question is that going to happen, tonight, or is that going to happen at Stand and Deliver or the Tuesday after Stand and Deliver? So this may be the toughest one to choose, I think. I really don't know. I'm going to go ahead and say that they're going to wait until Stand and Deliver to crown Stephanie Vaquer. So I think Fallon Henley will win tonight, and she'll win because with the help of her goons. She'll win and she'll retain the North American Women's Championship. But I would not be surprised if Stephanie Vaquer wins it tonight as well. So for the Women's Championship, a triple threat became a fatal four-way after Corey Jade beat Bayley on this past week's NXT. Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, Bayley, and Julia, and for the NXT Women's Championship. I think the way they're going is on Stand and Deliver. Cora Jade is gonna go against Roxanne Perez, and I think at WrestleMania Bayley is gonna go against Roxanne Perez. I'm not sure how that's gonna happen. Now, and I did it kind of funny. Roxanne Perez has a match this coming Monday against Raquel Rodriguez to go into the chamber. Now, here's the thing, and you guys who watch the channel, you know how I feel about Roxanne Perez and her as a heel. Right? Like, she doesn't cheat to win. She, and for her being the smallest woman on the roster, and her being, everything like that, there's nothing there. It never makes any sense. She's beating Jordan Grayson. Last year after WrestleMania, she beat Indy Hartwell, who's a foot taller than her, and at least 50 pounds heavier. And so now are they really gonna have her, beat Raquel Rodriguez? See, I don't think so. See, I think Raquel Rodriguez is gonna get in there because she's gonna be in there in the chamber. I really do, because I think the story is Bayley and Roxanne Perez and Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. It's those three intertwined, and I think what you're gonna see is, what I hope is maybe you see a face turn for Roxanne Perez. She will turn face, and be the underdog, because that's what she's good at. That's what makes her, kind of thing. As 5 foot nothing and 90 pounds, if that. She's an underdog, and that's what makes her great. Her beating people clean and her things like that is what a baby face should be, not a heel. Especially when you're 5-0. So that's what I'm hoping that's where it's going. And again, you see Cora Jade and, like I said, Roxanne Perez at NXT Stand and Deliver, and then Roxanne Perez would face Bayley, and then maybe afterwards she would shake Bayley's hand, get the respect, and then that would be her face turn. That would be her full-blooded face turn. So yeah, so she's main roster. She's set for main roster. She's the only in the Royal Rumble, so they had stuff for her to, to do. So, but yeah, I think Julia obviously wins this one. I think her going over there, I think she could probably end up being the longest reigning women's champion in NXT history. I think that could be a very interesting thing for her. We have not seen Jordan Grace at all. She entered the Royal Rumble, but she's not put on Raw or SmackDown or NXT. So she may have a part to play in NXT maybe, but who knows. But I think she should probably appear soon, because she needs to. I would like to see Jordan Grace at WrestleMania. Hell, they stopped doing the women's battle royal. Have her start back the women's battle royal, and have that, get back up. And have her win it. So, anyway, but this match, I believe Julia is going to be the winner and retaining her NXT Women's Championship. By the way, I think the women's match is going to main event, because the men's match, nothing against Obafemi, but to wrestle Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, I think that's not a main event match. So I think the women's match is going to main event tonight. But as for the men's match, for the men's NXT Championship, the champion Obafemi defends a triple threat match against Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. I think this could be an interesting match, and I hope that this is also finally the finale of the breakup of A-Town Down Under. We've been teasing that for about a year now. Remember last year Johnny Gargano was talking about, was talking to Austin Theory, and he was talking about that this isn't you and everything like that, and all of that stuff was happening that they were talking about with him. And it seemed like that they were going to go down the way and break him up and turn Austin Theory babyface. So I think this might be, I think they actually might pull the trigger a little bit soon, and maybe even tonight they might pull the trigger and actually have Grayson Waller turn on Austin Theory, which I think is a great thing, because they need to do something else. All three of them, both of them need to do something else. But this is Oprah Femi wins this. I mean, come on. This is, again, I'll talk about Julia being the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion. Oprah Femi is going to be by far the longest reigning NXT champion. I think this could be one of those things where Oprah Femi makes it to the main roster as NXT champion, and he does both. He does both on on the main roster, and then he does it on NXT. Who is the longest reigning NXT champion? Braun Breaker had it for about a year. Close to a year. He had it for about close to a year. Where he, after he lost it to Dolph Ziggler on the NXT Stand and Deliver, and then he won it back a couple weeks later, and he held it until the next year when Carmelo Hayes beat him. I think he's the longest one. So I kind of think so. I think that's gonna happen I think that's gonna happen for Oprah Femi. He's not gonna lose it, but he'll probably, him winning it on New Year's Eve, he'll probably hold it until next year's NXT Stand and Deliver. So, but yeah, Oprah Femi's gonna win this match. I mean, I would say something, but I think Oprah Femi win this match. Come on. Alright, so to go back and look who I chose, it's Ethan Page winning his match over Javon Evans, Trick Williams winning the strap match over Eddie Thorpe, Fraxum retaining the NXT Tag Team Championship, Fowler Henley retaining the North American Women's Championship, Julia retaining the Women's NXT Championship, and Oprah Femi retaining the Men's NXT Championship. So all of that is happening tonight, again on NXT Vengeance Day. Make sure that you click the subscribe button and the notification bell, because tonight afterwards I will be doing a reaction going live, so make sure you are there for that. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.